Bam, my peoples, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is. I'm JSmiff. We just gonna talk a little boxing. Sunday afternoon, raining cats and dogs outside. Why not spend a little bit of time talking boxing with the people who love the sweet science? It is, my peoples. It's gonna be, random, whatever we want to talk about. Um, Also today, if anybody want to chime in, I'm sending out the link and we going for it, my peoples. So, we got some interesting boxing this weekend, some good fights coming up. Um, lots to talk about in boxing, lots to be excited about, my peoples. Woo, can't wait. Can't wait for these fights. Can't wait for Terrence Crawford to put all type of hands on Canelo Alvarez and, and, and see how the fans are going to react. Are people going to go into hiding? Are they going to go into excuse mode? How is it going to play out? Frontline, salute my brother. Appreciate you dropping in. Bam, bam. Yo, frontline, right now, what's the fight that you're looking forward to the most at this time, right now? It has to be besides Canelo and Crawford, just in case. Because we know that's the biggest fight in boxing. Bam, bam. Look at the jab. Look at the stiff one. Pop, 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 pop. What is the fight that people are looking forward to the most? Damn, man. This morning I ate some shit that been having my stomach messed up, man. I've been throwing up all day. Sucks. Let's see. Talk to me, my peoples. What is the fight in boxing that you're really looking forward to? Who do you want to see fight? Whether it's a fight that is already booked and we already know it's happening, or it's a matchup that you're looking forward to, that you're hoping it happens. To me, the biggest fight, my people, that I'm looking forward to is Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis. Like, I really want that fight, although I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but that's the one that I really want badly. Shakur versus Tank, my people. What fight, if you could have any fight that you want to see, what fight you picking? Frontline, Tio versus Matias. I like that fight, bro. I really like that fight, especially now that Subriel Matias became a world champion. I understood before when Tio didn't take the fight. I understood it, Subriel's coming off of a loss, but now that he's a world champion, it makes sense. Hannibal, Tank versus Shakur, never happening, champ. I know, man. I know. I mean, I'm gonna be hopeful until the day Tank retires. And the reason I say that is because I know, look, Shakur is not going to stop applying that pressure until Tank officially gone from the sport of boxing. That's the only way you're going to get away from Shakur by retiring. The Soto hybrid, Boost versus Virgil. Ooh, you see, that's a fight. That's a fight. We could have actually had that next. Boost decided that he wanted a couple of tune-ups first. But I think we're going to get that fight. I think we're going to get it. And look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, my people. And I said this before. Boots versus Virgil is a fight that I really want to see, but I feel like it doesn't make sense right now. And I say that because neither one of them is champions. These are two guys who have the potential to become superstars. So what makes more sense to me is that they fight when either one of them or both of them are champions. So somebody's either challenging for a title or it's a unification. David Balogun, love from London. All the time, my guy. Hope to speak to you again soon. Salute, my brother. Bam. Appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, we definitely gonna do it again. Hannibal Benavides versus Opetaya. Ooh, I really like that fight, man. I really like that fight. To be honest with y'all, Opetaya is the only person that when I hear the name, I think, damn, maybe he could beat the Mexican monster. Maybe he's the guy to do it. Opetaya, you know, he can fight. And it's not just that he can fight, that aggressive style that he has, power obviously, but the way that he applies pressure, he's a guy who's gonna stand right there with Benavides. And he has the firepower to hurt him. So I'd like to see that fight, man. Opetaya versus Benavides, that's a fight. That's a fight. Although, man, I really was hoping we was gonna get David Benavides versus Dimitri Bivol because that would have been for undisputed. So I really wanted that fight. We know that it didn't work out. But you know what? The trilogy between Bivol and Benavides, that's gonna be a good fight. I just didn't. I didn't feel like we needed 36 rounds back to back. I think Bivol could have fought Benavides first, and then went and fought Benavides afterwards. But I guess that's not what His Excellency Turkey Al-She wanted. David Balogun, I want to see Beterbiev fight Canelo. That's not gonna happen, bro. You can forget about that. Canelo is probably never gonna go back up to 175, so it's not gonna make a lot of sense, to even imagine him facing guys at a higher division. Especially, we saw him get dominated already in that division, so that's why I think he won't fight over there again. Hannibal, Fundora versus Bakram. Ooh. You notice we don't really see nobody calling out Bakram. We don't really see nobody. Like, yeah, I want to fight that guy. Listen, Bakram is for real, my peoples. I want to see, I want to see him get some fights with these big names and see how they play out. He can fight. He got power, both hands. We saw what he did. He absolutely destroyed Tim Tszyu. Like that was a pummeling session. Hannibal, Tio versus Gary Antoine Russell. I love that fight. Like about a month ago, Teofimo has said or had hinted like if he was going to PBC, he had a hat on with the PBC logo, and he said something like something big is coming. And that's an idea, that's a thought that crossed my mind. Maybe he goes to PBC and unifies titles with Gary Antoine Russell. That would be a heck of a fight. David Balogun, who dominated him? You talking about Bivol lost? Bivol dominated Canelo, yeah, of course. I don't know, I don't know how many rounds Canelo won, but it wasn't that many. Bivol absolutely dominated Canelo. Hannibal, you on fire. Another good shout. David Balogun, I think Gary beats Tio. That's a good fight, man. It's hard for me to make a prediction. I tell you what, right now, based on skills, I say that's a 50-50 fight, but I'm going to lean towards Teofimo. Why? The experience factor. Teofimo's already been on the big stage for years. Gary Anton Russell has not. So I think that right there, that experience will make a difference if they fight each other. I'm rocking with Teofimo. But like I said, it's a 50-50 fight. I'm only leaning this way because of what I just said. David Balogun, have you changed your mind on the Canelo Crawford result? I changed it a little bit because now I see Crawford whooping his ass even more in the championship rounds. It's going to be more of a beating. Uh, Same result. Terrence Crawford by unanimous decision. Um, Canelo is going to be competitive. He's going to have his moments throughout the fight. Ultimately, the better technician, the better footwork, the longer reach is going to be imposed upon Canelo Alvarez. So those championship rounds. Remember when you started to realize that Dimitri Bivol was gonna whoop that ass. That you was like, damn, Bivol whooping his ass. That's it. Yeah, he getting whooped. Like maybe I realized Bivol was gonna whoop Canelo's ass by like the seventh or eighth, because that's when I realized the things that Canelo normally does, he's not doing them, and it's already been too many rounds for him to start doing them. Based off of that, I already saw seventh or eighth. I don't remember, but at one point I was like, yeah, he getting his ass whooped. That's it. He cooked. So the same thing is gonna happen here. You're gonna be watching this fight. You're gonna be very hopeful. You're gonna be thinking that Canelo has a shot. He's gonna have his moments. When he wins a round, you're gonna be like, there we go, there we go. He's on it. He's gonna have moments. But eventually, when Terrence Crawford starts to take over, you're gonna get to a point that you're gonna be like, yeah, he getting his ass kicked. That's it. He getting whooped. That's just the way it's gonna go down. Remember that feeling you had when Bud was just pummeling Errol, and you was like, damn, after all that time, I said Errol was gonna beat him up, and now Crawford's doing this to my guy. It's gonna be that same feeling, those same emotions, like watching your guy getting beat up out there. David Balogun, your reaction is the first one I'm going to be looking for when Crawford gets flatlined. I mean, come on now. You you wasn't looking for my reaction when Arrow got pummeled and you say he was too big and too strong. You ain't gonna be looking for my reaction now, because I'm gonna put it to you like this. When Crawford pummel him, I'm gonna be the first person a lot of people think about. Like it's gonna be the round is over, Crawford won, and I swear, you and a lot of people will be like, damn, Jay, man. Fuck, I'm gonna have to see Jay. I've been telling Jay Canelo's gonna do this. I've been telling Jay Canelo's gonna do that. And look at this now. Come on. Come on, bro. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a situation that you're gonna have to figure out a way to deal with it, but you'll find a way. Kumar, salute. So all I'm saying is this is gonna be the same thing that we saw with Crawford and Arrow. Same deal. Y'all said Crawford was gonna get pummeled. Y'all said he was too little. Arrow was too big. Arrow was too strong. And what happened in the fight? Oh no, no, no. One of my favorite lines. One of my favorite lines, David, that y'all was saying. This is one of my favorite lines that you guys were saying. If little Gamboa did that to Crawford in 135, imagine what Arrow's gonna do to him. Oh my God, Arrow is gonna kill him. Remember that? Ask Errol Spence how that Gamboa fight helped him. So I find it hilarious because today Crawford is gonna fight. Well, not today, but now he's gonna fight Canelo, and people still bringing up the Gamboa fight. Like, nah, yo, look what Gamboa did to him. Imagine, like, y'all didn't learn about the Gamboa fight after Errol. That's irrelevant. John Parham, salute, bam. Come on, my people. It's irrelevant what happened 10 years ago. Come on. David Balogun. It's just that weight jump don't like him and would have preferred him to fight Boots or Ortiz next. It's just that weight jump I don't like. All right, but look, you're saying that it's just the weight jump that you don't like, right? But David, Canelo Alvarez is more accomplished than the fighters you mentioned. It's a bigger name than the fighters you mentioned. It's a bigger star than the fighters you mentioned. Makes a lot more money than the fighters you mentioned. It's a much more bigger legacy fight than the fighters you mentioned. So it's almost like you don't want Terrence Crawford to accomplish the greatest win of this era. So you want him to fight with other guys that you think that could beat him, but if he beats them, it's not as big as him beating Canelo. It's kind of like The people who don't like Shakur and they don't want to see him fight Tank, they like, nah, he ain't earned a fight with Tank. He need to go fight this and that. They don't want to see him beat Tank Davis because that's gonna be a bigger win than every one of their favorite fighters. You hate a guy that just beat Tank Davis. So it's the same thing with Crawford. People don't look what you're saying. You want him to fight guys that are not nowhere near as accomplished. Like, bro, think about this. Virgil Ortiz never even won a title in his life, bro. I want you to think about that. Virgil Ortiz has not won his first title yet. And you rather see Virgil fight Crawford over Canelo Alvarez, over the face of boxing? Come on, bro. Those choices are more about your hate for Crawford than it is actually about wanting the best fight, the biggest fight. You don't want the biggest fight for Crawford. You want the fight that you think he might lose, and I want to give him this one. Come on, man. The biggest fight in boxing, you don't want it over Crawford versus a guy who will never beat a world champion. That doesn't make sense, bro. I'm not saying that Boost is not a major win. I never said that it's not a major win. But how are you? Where are you getting? I prefer for him to fight Boost than fight Canelo. It's about the hate for Crawford. People don't want to see him get that type of win, get that type of opportunity. You want to see him fight Boost because you think Boost could beat him, and you're praying for somebody to beat him. And y'all dislike him even more after he battered Arrow. Ever since he battered Arrow, the hate has been crazy. Legacy remains. Backup channel. John Parrow. Hannibal. David Balagon. Emma Sophia. David Balagon, do you think we'll ever see Shakur Tank? Because apart from David versus Canelo, Nakatani Inoue, that is the biggest fight in boxing to me. So let me see. You said Shakur Tank because apart from David, look, you said David versus Canelo. That doesn't make no sense. So I already see that you hated on Shakur. Why? Canelo and Benavides, they not in the same weight class. We can't even we can't even think about that fight. You're saying this is a bigger fight when it comes to two dudes that ain't in the same weight class and ain't gonna fight. That's crazy. Nakatani and you know where that fight can happen. That is definitely not bigger than Shakur and Tank. You wildin'. You wildin'. Bro, if you show Nakatani's picture to 100 random people, 99 are gonna tell you I don't know who that is. You see what I'm telling you, bro? That you pick matchups more based on the hate than what the actual facts show. That's why you see it's about the narrative as opposed to what is the bigger fight. How are you gonna say you know it versus somebody that nobody literally knows is gonna be bigger than Tank and Shakur, bro? I'm gonna put it to you like this: after Bud and Canelo, there is no bigger fight than Tank and Shakur in boxing. That is the biggest fight. Like that's it right there. John Parham, JSmiff, legacy remains. It's a real one. Okay, I feel you. So if you say legacy remains is a real one, bam, then legacy remains, it's a real one. Salute legacy reigns, bam. So again, my peoples, we gotta go with what is actually the biggest fight, not because I like this guy or I don't like this guy, but more because what is actually the biggest fight. Like, let me give you an example. David Balogun. Do a search on Shakur versus Tank and do a search on Inoue versus Nakatani. I don't have to search. I know the answer. But once you do it, see who's going to give you more results. See which fight more people are talking about. See which fight more people are making videos about. Tank versus Shakur or Inoue versus Nakatani. And watch. Bro, there's boxing fans right now that don't even know Nakatani. Right now, and I'm not talking about casual fans. I'm talking about regular boxing fans that don't know Nakatani. How you gonna say that's a bigger fight? That's straight up. Look, that's what that is, bro. Right there. John Parham, my G, what made you ask what's that in KC? Mr. Ko, what's up, John Parham? Oh, Mr. Ko's in the building. Bam, on Lace. On Lace is in the building. The illegal streamer box center technician. Mr. Ko, I had Duarte out punching out working Sims. So look, man, early on, I saw Sims putting all type of hands on Duarte. He was out boxing, and he was doing a beautiful job with the footwork, with maintaining the distance. And then I think he started slowing down a little bit, and Duarte kept applying that pressure. The stream hacker. So it was a very close fight, though, man. Honestly, when that last bell rang, I'm like, "Oh, that was pretty close." I think, in all honesty, I think that fight was rematch worthy. I think they could do it again. Now, will Duarte want to fight him again? I don't know. I don't know, because Sims gave him a tough fight. And like I said, man, it could have went either way. It really could have. John Pam, a lot of people upset with the decision. There was people booing with the crowd, booing. They didn't like that. Let's see. Let's see how it's going to play out. If they don't do a rematch, I hope that Sims is going to get some more big fights, some more opportunities, because you can see the talent. Sims got a chin, though. They both do. They both got a chin, because both of them was landing some bombs on each other. And this fight, I didn't even call it. I sat down, watched it just like you guys enjoyed the show. Man, that was a good fight. And Regis, what y'all thought about Regis progress? Regis, his punch output is good. I like the way he's using the jab, letting the hands go. But it seems like now when Regis get hit, it's like he gets buckled, man. Like it's almost like he's getting buckled in every fight. So I don't know. I don't know about that, my peoples. I don't know. I don't know if Regis Progress is gonna be able to hang with the big boys. On Lace Smith, how about Gabe Rosado knockout win? Thoughts? Matter of fact, hold on. David Balaban, my brother says Regis is the worst active boxer all the time. Nah. That's crazy work. Regis can fight. That's the thing that for whatever reason people act like if you're not a world champion, you're a bum. Not a world champion, you're a bum. Lost to a world champion, you're a bum. It's not like that, my people. It's not like that. Regis can fight. Hold on, I want to show you guys something. Hold on, my people. The monk, hi, bro. Hope you're well. Salute, family. Hope you're all good as well. On Lace, Regis was putting his hands together. Nice combos. Yeah, he was putting his. It's just his punch resistance, man. It looked like it has been affected. Seen him get wobbled there a couple times, but he was, yo, look at that on Lace. He was throwing 6-piece combos, and I saw him throwing combinations, man, where all of the punches was landing clean. All of the punches was landing clean. The monk 636. Can I be a mod, please? The answer to that question, the monk, is no. But if you can verify yourself, you can be a mod. So here's the magic question: do you have Instagram? or Facebook. You can verify your account with me, and then you could be a mod for sure. JJ's in the house. Hello, JSmiff. I'm here. Let's go. Hit the like button as you enter boxing fans. Facts, facts, my peoples. Uh, on late facts, Smith. They was all connecting, bro. How many fighters have you seen throwing a 5-6 punch combinations that all of them land to the face and to the head? Usually, guys, when guys throw a flurry like that, it's like one lands in the body, one gets blocked, the other one gets through, the other one gets partially blocked, the other one gets through. But Regis was landing clean punches like bing, 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 bing. Come on now, man. Shit. John Pound, he has a legit YouTube channel, but needs to show his face more, in my opinion. The Monk, definitely willing to make you an admin. We're doing verification in this channel. We could fill you in down the line. Always hit like on the channel. I appreciate it, the Monk. So look, let's plug you in. That's my IG right there. Go to my IG, send me a message. I'll verify your account, make you an admin on the spot right here on the show. Giovanni Walker, what's up, JSmiff? Giovanni Walker, salute my G. Bam, appreciate you dropping in, bro. Um, Look, my people. Somebody asked me earlier if my prediction about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez changed. It did change. It adjusted a little bit because previously I said it was going to be a competitive fight, but Crawford was going to edge it out at the end. That's been adjusted. It is going to be a competitive fight, but Crawford is going to pummel him at the end. Giovanni Walker, the last time I was watching you, your microphone was messed up. Shit happens sometimes. We good now. Johnny Mira, you versus Bomac, who wins? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. JJ's in the house. All offense and no defense fight last night. Straight up rock'em sock'em robots. That's what we gotta go with that. Hold on, because I was looking for. I wanted to show you guys something. My peoples, Gabe Rosado with the knockout. Did y'all see the knockout from Gabe Rosado though? Let's watch it together, my people. Let's enjoy the brutality, the devastation, the sheer mayhem. Get watch. Hold on, let me fast forward this shit. Watch Gabe Rosado going berserk. Here we go, my people. Look at Gabe Rosado going berserk. Boom, boom. Lay down, son. Gabe Rosado laid them down. There you go, my peoples. There you go, right there. Salute to Gabe Rosado, who won in devastating fashion. Pure devastation. So let me scroll back. The Monk. What happened, the Monk? I didn't see you. You didn't respond when I said if you want to verify, so we can get you an admin. So we can make you an admin. So come on now. Come on, Monk. On Lace. Berlanga versus Rosado. Is the gate too small or old? Ah, man. I think Gabe, he's gonna be at a huge disadvantage. But he get a nice little payday. But just size wise, age wise, mileage wise, I think. But I think there's a fight that's more to Berlanga's level to for him to So I guess try to look good. And JJ Zendeja says, get him the fuck out of here. We got that insider shit going on, but y'all know how it goes. Junior, what's up with the Triple G? He retired, bro. Of course, Triple G retired like 5 years ago. Where you been? Triple G been out of it. He done. Matter of fact, he's appointed something in the Olympic Committee. Triple G's the one that helped boxing stay in for the 2028 Olympic program. Salute Triple G. We want amateur boxing in the Olympics. Of course. JJ, he's solid. But then he only has YouTube. Mm. Could be solid, it's true. It could be. Um, my peoples. My peoples. What do you think? And I want y'all to be honest. What do you think about the possibility of Tank Davis moving up to the 140 division and actually fighting the big dogs? I asked Rick Glazer that same question in yesterday's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I asked him, and he said no chance Tank Davis is going to fight the big boys at 140. What do you guys think about that? Remember, Tank said, I'm either going to fight Manny Pacquiao or I'm going to 140. Which, by the way, I told you I'm Jay Stradamus. It's a funny coincidence that the same day that I spoke about feeling like Tank Davis can't keep making 135 because of his, he's 30 years old already. And people was going back and forth with me, telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. He's gonna stay at 135. He's too small. That same day, he announced that he's going to 140. That same day, Giovanni Walker, Tank should have been moved up to 140. Of course, he's struck. No matter what anybody say, I know for a fact he got to be struggling to make that 135. Got to be struggling. The Monk, Pac-Man was definitely injured last time. You mean versus Barrios? Giovanni Walker, he moved up for Mario Barrios. I mean, that's the thing, man. He fought Mario Barrios. That was 5 years ago, bro. That was 5 years ago. And he went back down to 135 and stayed there since. Even went down to 130, I think. After that, I think it was that he went to 130 and beat Leo Santa Cruz. It's like, bro, come on now. Come on now, bro. So, John Parham, I'm going to tell you something, John Parham. You see what you said about, well, let's just say the veggie salad can use a third party and leave it at that. I know you're a smart guy. You know what I mean. The veggie salad can use a third party. So that third party is not going to want to say this. Look at this. It's not going to want to do that, right? Can you guys hear that music in the background? The Monk. Sorry, dude. I only have YouTube. Or I would have followed you on other things. Pac-Man versus Mayweather. I meant, oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. If it was up to me, Manny Pacquiao would have fight again. And Floyd Mayweather would have fight again because of their age. But, here's the but. I don't have a problem with them fighting each other. You know why I don't have a problem with that? Because they're around the same age, and I don't think that they're actually gonna hurt each other. Nobody's gonna get knocked out, get slept, or anything like that. So I'm okay with two guys in their 40s facing each other. I'm just not interested in seeing older fighters coming back and getting pummeled by young guns. JJ's in has JSmiff talking about the Olympics. Did you hear on Friday that they stripped the trans fighter and given the medal to the Italian girl? Oh, I did not know that. I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you for pointing that out, JJ Zendejas. In fact, I will be making a video about that. That's an important and a very important topic to me. I don't have any problem with trans athletes at all, but I definitely feel like trans athletes should not be competing with women, because at the end of the day, we don't see very many trans women or trans men trying to fight real men. We don't see that. They know they're gonna get their ass whooped. It's the men who transition into trans women that want to be fighting women. I'm not with that at all. Giovanni Walker, what do you think about the rumor of Keyshawn Davis fighting Teofimo Lopez? That's a fight that I definitely would love to see. It. Look, Keyshawn Davis, you know, there's multiple fighters that I want to see him fight. Teofimo Lopez is one of them. Although I want to see Teofimo versus Shakur. They going back and forth on social media. I want to see it. But Keyshawn Davis versus Shakur, they had their little beef. That between them is going to be personal. It's going to be two fighters who really don't like each other, and those fights always play out good. John Parham, JSmiff, he an older dude that does exercise, workout boxing, and I think kickboxing on the channel. Oh damn, it's like that. Okay, so the monk. I'm gonna tell you like this. You're gonna be one of the matter of fact, not one. Since I started verifying accounts, you're gonna be the first one. The first one to get that wrench without a verification. Technically, not without a verification. Mr. John Parham, the general in Box Center, he let it be known that you good. So therefore, Monk, welcome to the Box Center family. Bam. JJ's in the house. Yes, it is. If we had a daughter in the Olympics, we would be fucking pissed. And I told people that. There's actually people on social media that try to tell me, no, you don't understand me because they use certain things and their strength is very similar to the women. And it's like, bro, would you want your daughter to fight one of them trans women? Still quiet real quick. Ah, you see? So now, listen. If they made a trans league, that league might not even survive. Or it'll take a long time to be established. Because there's not enough trans people that are doing that. How many trans boxers are all over the world? There's not enough to have a whole league put together. The trans community is a very small community. So my point is, for the purpose of competition of combat sports, do we have to adjust to trans athletes and allow them to compete versus women? Or do trans athletes need to adapt to society and you fight the people that are of the same sex you were born? So I get it. You was born a dude, you feel like a woman, you want to dress like a woman. I don't got a problem with it. You even want to cut your shit off and do some other thing down there, no problem. But when it's time to fight, you gotta fight the guys. You gotta fight the men. Because you have the same strength that they have. So trans athletes, they either need their own league or fight people of the sex that they were born. Those are the two solutions right there. Those are the two solutions right there. And by the way, I remember there was an athlete um that did bodybuilding, a dude, and yo, he never won anything. Never won anything. Never even a third place or not even an honorable mention. This dude decided that he wanted to be a girl, transitioned over, and he be winning gold medals now. Now he the strongest chick in every tournament. Shit is a joke. John Parham. JJ, I see him around. You can look up his channel also. Giovanni Walker. I don't know how to get verified, and full technology is not my forte. I'm all OG. We're gonna find a way to verify you. All right, Giovanni Walker, you got WhatsApp? John Parham. Giovanni, I can't help you, bro. Haven't seen you around. All I, yo, Giovanni Walker, you can verify with your phone, bro. WhatsApp. Look, I got WhatsApp on this phone. I'll call you right now. Bam. What's up? That's you? That's you right there? Let's get it. Bam. JJ's in the house. Vera DeMilo, Jim Carrey in Living Color. Giovanni Walker, John. I've been here for a while. The thing is, Giovanni Walker, the veggie salad been here longer with like 10 different accounts. My peoples, I've been thinking about, I had some people suggesting that I go on Kick and I mean on Twitch. I don't know if it was Kick or Twitch. I even created a profile, but I never used it. Anybody on here on Kick? I'm gonna need somebody to give me some tips. You know, I'm considering it. Maybe I could just stream it and do some other things as well. Yeah, it was. Look how cloudy it is. Shit was raining cats and dogs out here. Cats and dogs, my peoples. JJ's in there has JSmiff. You look like you're in your zone. Nice to see. I appreciate it, my brother. Man, I tell you what, man. Listen, if we talking boxing, if we thinking boxing, I'm in my zone. Real talk, my people. You know the sport of boxing is my favorite sport. You know, and I always tell everybody, boxing is something that when I'm doing it, I'm not working. I'm not working at all. When I'm creating content, when I'm editing videos, when I'm doing all this stuff, I'm not working. JJ's in the house. Chinese restaurant is happy when it rains. When it rains cats and dogs. John Pound JJ, he had McDonald's for breakfast, so he feel different. Shit. Yo, listen. Did you, oh nah man, y'all, hold on, let me see. Let me grab my other phone. I want to show y'all something. Hold on. Giovanni Walker, I understand I'm 62 years old. I don't play games like that. Check this out. Check this out, my people. Oh shit, what the fuck is that? Yo, I seen a plate of Chinese food, bro. A plate. Ah, damn, it's not on this phone. I wanted to show you. Oh no, no, I can find it. Hold on. I want to show you guys a plate of Chinese food. And when I seen that shit, at first I was like, damn, that's some real Chinese food right there. But then shit got crazy, real crazy. Watch this, y'all. My peoples, what y'all think about this plate of Chinese food? What the fuck is that, bro? This Chinese food look like they took out Lee in the fridge and put some of him in the food and shit. I don't know, B. I don't know about that plate, but there's some funny ingredients up in that mofo. Well, that's crazy. My peoples, for those of you who don't be, yo, that's weird shit, John. I'm telling you. I saw that thing. I was like, damn, did they chop Lee up in the fridge and throw a little piece of Lee in there? Benjamin Hernandez, mi amor, te quiero. So, my peoples, if you haven't seen the shorts that I posted thus far, there's a lot of new videos. Some people think that I just go live and I be talking shit. But nah, I don't just go live, my people. I got a lot of videos that are up. Today I posted, yesterday I posted multiple shorts. JJ's in that. That's what Chinese say. Something wrong. Yo, I'm telling you, man. See? Lots of interesting. Oh, look at this, my people. Look how many J's in the same place. A bunch of J's. Bam. Hold that. Never seen that many JSmiffs in one place. Just having a little fun, my peoples. But like I said, check out those shorts. There's a bunch of them on there. Um, my peoples, I'm about to end this live. Just wanted to hop on with you guys, spend a little bit of time, talk boxing with y'all. Y'all know how we do it, man. We jump on here, talk boxing, the biggest fights, what's going on, all that good stuff. Before I get out of here, man, as always, I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. JJ's in their house, John Parham, Giovanni Walker. Who else tuned in today? Who else was in the building? The Monk 636 in the building, Albert Oliver, and everybody else who tuned in. Man. I appreciate you guys. Y'all already know what it is. Tomorrow, this episode of Boxing for Breakfast is gonna be lit. It's gonna be Monday. We're gonna have fights to talk about from the weekend, fights that are upcoming that we gotta discuss. Let's get it, my peoples. Tomorrow, Boxing for Breakfast at 6 in the morning Eastern Time is going to be on fire like it always is. So get ready for that healthy dosage of sweet science while you're having your breakfast, while you're on your way to work, while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing in the morning. Enjoy Boxing for Breakfast. I'm out of here, my peoples. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.